Spreading all around my room, my world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the video here on the World of Juice channel, and welcome back to another episode of the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors Dynasty here on College Football 25. Today, we start the full year simulations so that we can try and complete some of these careers of our younger players, some of the guys that we brought in earlier from recruiting. And we want to see their careers pan out, their careers finish up, maybe go to the NFL in the end. Who knows? But we're going to be simulating the whole year in today's episode. I'm hoping that ends with a national championship because we are 2 in a row. We'll see what happens. I hope you guys go enjoy. If you do, leave a like, subscribe, channel, join the Juice Club. Let's start this thing. We pick up right where we left off in the last episode, which was the off season. Week number 1 of 2028, we are starting the season number 5 ranked, and even though we're going to be simulating a lot of today's episode or today's video, we are going to be jumping into this game because it's really our only rivalry, and we're battling for a golden pineapple. So it's like our only rivalry in the entire season. This is what our schedule looks like. We've got the rivalry game against UNLV. We've got UCLA. We've got Sam Houston, which is our other rivalry game. Then we have Stanford, Michigan, Washington State, Tulane, SMU, Utah, BYU, Colorado, and Liberty. It's kind of a tough schedule if you look at it, and I don't know how we're going to simulate. I did change the playbooks in the last episode. We are now rocking the Oregon offense because when have you ever seen the Oregon playbooks fail in College Football 25? So I'm hoping that they continue to work for me. I don't know if that's going to be possible, but I hope it is. We've got some really good players. A lot of good players took some big boosts with the offseason training. So we've got some very talented linebackers. 2 linebackers with 90 speed is actually insane. Nick Steed has 87 speed. Dwyer is a freak offensive lineman. And then obviously we have our star quarterback, the 2-time defending national champion, Leo Van Dyke. He's a beast. The running back of all running backs, Steven Kranchik. And a great wide receiver core, including the greatest wide receiver in history, Matthias Felix. Geo Starks could surpass him there, but he's learning from the best, that is for sure. He is learning, and Matthias Felix is one of the best players I've ever had in College Football 25, so I'm going to be sad after this episode when he is done. But we start the season, if we go to the coach contracts, you can see our history through the first 4 seasons. We've gone over it plenty of times, but we are back-to-back national champions right here in 2026 and 2027. 2025, we made the national championship, but we lost to Penn State. So here we go. I hope that we simulate pretty well, because I'd be pretty disappointed if we didn't put up the same kind of simulation stats that we do in the games. We are going to jump in and play the moments for this first one, because like I said, it is our one big rivalry that we actually have a trophy to get. So we're going to jump in, hopefully win this game, and start the season 1-0. Here we go. We get our first moment of the game. It's an offensive moment, 3rd and 8. And I got to get used to the new playbook. We're not going to have we're not going to have any of the same plays that we've worked with the past 4 years, whatever it's been with the Hawaii playbook, obviously. So got to get familiar with the new ones off the hands of Matthew Bliss. And it's a turnover. The defense is doing a good job for now, but we jump in here, and we do have a freshman starting, a true freshman, Ronnie Simonson, former 5-star, huge forehead, and he might make a play right here. He's involved in one. Alani Yo gets credit for the sack, but Ronnie Simonson was right there. I might have my new user for the games that we jump into, because Ronnie Simonson's a beast. Although that's got to be picked off, and it is. It's Lotulelei. He's going to take it out of the end zone. I don't know why he did, but he did. Lotulelei with the interception in the end zone. UNLV can't do anything with it. And it's a lot of passing in this Oregon playbook. It makes sense, but it's just a lot of passing. Ooh, Max Hape out on the field. Also a true freshman. Oh my God, that is unbelievable speed from the linebackers to get to me, and we cannot find any offensive consistency here. Ooh, second quarter coming to a close very quickly. 2nd and 2. Nobody has scored just yet. I can't get into a rhythm on offense with this new playbook. Oh, I missed the sack. That's my fault. I thought he was going to keep running, so I tried to go up the field to try to shorten the angle. But then he just stopped and threw it away, so I ran right past him. But I really like Simonson right now from the first couple. Ooh, miscommunication there. That was an easy first down catch. But I really like Ronnie Simonson from the little bits that I play with him so far. I would have loved an extra point or a field goal block, but it's going to go through. So UNLV leads. And we go into the second half with a big third down. We're probably down 3-0. Yeah, we are. But it's a big 3rd and 6. It's a big 3rd and 6 here. Oh, that's got to be picked off again. It's Lotulelei. He keeps trying, Lotulelei. You can't do that. You're going to get burnt. 2 times now he gets intercepted. But we can't find any consistency on offense. I don't know if we're going to be simulating very well with this Oregon playbook. Doesn't seem like it. Hopefully in the games that we don't jump into, that's a crazy comeback route. That's a crazy little comeback route. But I make it to a 3rd down again. It's 3rd and 6. They are in field goal range, unfortunately. Just haven't found any momentum here. Enzo. Oh, he dropped it. That's huge. They do kick the field goal. And here we go. Get a score to win the game. Or to take the lead, I guess. Not win the game. It would be win the game, but get a score to take the lead is what it said. And we get Max Hape. And we haven't really used Max Hape at all. It's the first run we've had with him. I like him. He's not, like, unbelievable. He's a good player. Oh, they have Joshua Brazil running the fade. I don't know if I like that. I mean, he's a good tight end, but I don't know if I like him running the fade. That's a little crazy. There's Steven Kranchik. I've been looking for him. A lot of Max Hape so far. 10 carries, 29 yards for him. He's not going to put up the same numbers that we would put up with him anyway if we were playing every single game, but that's just what happens in Sims, so we're going to have to take it for what it is. But that is Matthias Felix. If he around the corner, he should have enough speed to get by this guy. How did he not? How did he not have enough speed is what I want to know. I don't know if I like this Oregon playbook or not. I'm not familiar with these plays, so I don't know what to pick. I don't know what's going to work. I don't have any like go-to plays like I had in the Hawai'i playbook. I think I can fit that in there still. Joshua Brazil, he's a good player. He's a freshman, another true freshman. We got a few true freshmen starting around this team. And they're all good players. That's why they're starting. Kranchik. Oh, look at Kranchik go. Look at Kranchik go. He curled around, he hurdled, and he lowered the shoulder all in the same play. He's a monster. He's a menace. And I'm hoping he can take this to the house. Oh, that's a lot of pressure from the defensive linemen and the linebackers and all the good stuff there. Oh, why, SpongeBob? Why? Kranchik gets it back up a couple of yards. But now we're in a real hard spot here. This is not something I like to be in. Oh, Matthias, I need you to win, and he didn't. Well, he did, but that's not a catch for some reason. I don't know how that got past him. I'd like to know. I'd like to know how that got past. We are 8 yards away. What do I even call here? What do I even call? I don't even know, man. I'm not familiar with this playbook enough to know. I gotta call a timeout. I don't know what to call. I gotta find something. I gotta find something here. Maybe a mesh. Maybe the mesh is gonna work. Mesh is consistently good. Just scramble with Leo. It's guaranteed yardage with Leo Van Dyke. Touchdown, Hawaii. We finally get on the board. It took us a long time, but we finally get on the board, and they want me to jump in here to try to seal the deal up by a single point against UNLV. Ronnie Simonson. No, I took a bad angle. God, I suck, don't I? I legitimately suck so bad. How do I always take the worst angle possible? UNLV uses their first timeout. That's a quick throw. Dropped. 2nd and 10. All right. So it works as a timeout for them, but at least it wastes a couple of seconds. Quarterback's going to scramble again. He's got a lot of room. He goes down at the 47-yard line. I didn't know this quarterback was so electric. That's a bad throw. It was a decent throw. I wish he'd throw another interception to Lotulelei. That'd be pretty sick. There's a minute to go and they can win with a field goal, which super sucks. We need an interception or a fumble or something. Oh, I hate your so much face. I wish you would die. That's crazy. The fact that you slid down like that, I wanted to take your head off. Oh, this quarterback's out of control. Oh, this quarterback's legitimately out of control here. I got to call timeouts myself. They're going to win on a field goal. They are going to win on an effing field goal. It's going to be a 9-7 victory. Because this quarterback, we can't stop him. He's scrambling out of his mind. It almost would be best if we let them score a touchdown. But they're not going to. We're out of timeouts now. They're going to run it one more time. We can't stop the clock. We're going to lose this game on a field goal. I can't effing believe it. I can't even believe this. We are going to lose on a field goal. We kept him in bounds somehow. There's the timeout. They are on the far right hash. There's a slight possibility he misses this. This is a hard angle. A right-footed kicker on the far right hash. It's a hard angle. He will not miss it. They will go up 9-7. And we will have 19 seconds to win this game. Great. The good news is we have some electric speed on this team. But having no timeouts is not ideal. Matthias drops on first down. I think I might have got deflected, actually. I just need somebody to give me a break, and I had no chance. I had actually no chance there. They got in so quickly, it wasn't even possible to throw it. This time I'm able to get it away. Matthias. He caught it, but I don't have any time. First down, what do I do? I don't have time. I'm not going to be able to get it off. Snap it. 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 And we will lose the first game of the season 9-7 to UNLV. I wasn't expecting Matthias to catch that, honestly. We just I don't know why we didn't simulate very well. That's so stupid, bro. So stupid. So stupid. Oh, that didn't go well. It did not go well at all. Didn't go well at all. We will take on UCLA. Recruiting's going well so far. We lose out on that guy, but it's not a big deal. He locked us out. Not a big deal. All right, we'll keep an eye on those recruits. Week number 2 against UCLA. Please get back on track with a victory. Maybe the Oregon playbook in just straight up sim is going to work for us. Maybe jumping in was a bad idea. We do win, but now we take on Sam Houston, who's a big rival of ours. And we've already gotten to the point where we need to schedule some visits. Okay, okay. Manny Keaton, I remember you, right? You're 6'6" with a bunch of speed. Yeah, 95 speed, 96 jumping. His release is 84. He's a monster. He's an absolute monster. Demarius Kelly. He's not bad. Who can I take points off of? Because I need to schedule 2 visits. I can take points off of Spencer Russo. Nobody's going after him. I can maybe take some points off of Martin Turner. Possibly. I mean, we're battling Oregon. I can definitely take some points off of you. Who else can I take points off of? Probably this corner. All right, we need to schedule 2 visits. We need to get Manny Keaton on a visit as soon as possible, which is Stanford in week 5. And we'll give him championship contender. And then we need to schedule a visit for probably Ben Savage. That would make the most sense. What's he like? He likes championship contender. Well, good news. We have an A in that. We have 5 hours left. I guess we could give that back to somebody. Can't give it to you. Who can I give these 5 hours to? I guess I can give them to Coker. Let's just give them to Brian Coker. Okay, so we've scheduled our first 2 visits of the season for that Stanford game. I just hope it goes well. We may have to jump in for that. I don't know. We got locked out on another 4-star, but that's okay. Did we win the game against Sam Houston? Matthias had a crazy game. He had 3 touchdowns, 170 yards. We win the game. Huge. All right. That's a good start. We got locked out. Oh, a deal breaker for playing style. Oh no. What is free safety run support? Which one is it? I think it's this one. No, it's championship contender. Which one is it? Campus lifestyle, brand exposure, coach prestige. Where the heck is it? Oh, is it this? No, it's pro potential. Where is the playing style thing? How can I like flip through all the different things? Oh, here. Oh, that's playing time. Oh, it's here. Oh, it just didn't have a thing. Okay. Duh. Stupid. It's like I've been playing this game for a whole a whole year. Run support safeties need tackle for loss, and we are not getting tackles for loss. Interesting. Is there a way? What playbooks are good? That's not the right thing. What playbooks are good at changing or getting tackles for loss? We have this is the 4-2-5 defense that we've always been in. I don't really know. I think we're going to stay with the 4-2-5. We're going to do that, and hopefully that works for us. What did I need to do in recruiting, though? We have 80 hours, so we can schedule 2 more visits. We might just have to keep Rivero here and see what happens. We have a lot of guys that we can schedule visits for. We are losing Demarius Kelly because we only have 35 hours on him. So if we want Demarius Kelly, we need to go in now. We're going to offer Wade Karloftis a visit, and we need to get this corner on a visit as well. We're really loading up the Stanford game. He likes championship contender. The Stanford game has become super loaded. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Should we jump in or should we simulate it? It's a lot riskier if we simulate it. But it's also... Oh, they're undefeated. That's a tough game. We got locked out on Demarius Kelly. We kind of should have known that. Creed Kane has playing style as well. Coleman picks... Wait, what? Did I just take somebody off that I shouldn't have taken off? I have no idea what I just did there. I could have sworn that I was on Coleman. I must have taken off Emmanuel Bridges on accident. I don't know how I did that. Whatever. That was super strange. I'm going to keep both Creed Kane and the other guy on there, Rivero. So we've offered visits to all these top guys. Carlos Trueblood needs a visit. We'll schedule it for the Michigan game. I guess we'll have to do playing style because he didn't like anything else. Kelvin Stitzer, we'll get him on the Michigan game as well. He likes coach prestige. Manny Maramosa, Michigan game. He likes playing style. We have 50 hours left. I think I might put them on some of these guys down here. Like Emmanuel Bridges, I mean, we have a good lead on already, so we might as well go for that. And then maybe this right tackle or maybe the corner. I don't want to waste hours trying to scout him though. Let's just go for put 25 more hours on Sean Mentor. All right. So we've got some big visits. Do we jump into this game though? That's the big question. Do we jump in and play this game or do we simulate it? If we lose this game, we're not going to get any of those guys. Or at least it's going to be super difficult to come back and get them. I think we might have to jump in this game. It didn't go well against UNLV, but I think we got to jump in. So let's do that. All right, playing against Stanford here at home. We got a bunch of 5 stars on campus. We have to win this game. And if I remember correctly, Stanford beat us last year. Why is Stephen Abbott playing? Hold on. Where's Leo Van Dyke? Injured. What happened? That's the controls. What? Leo Van Dyke has suffered an Achilles tear.
No, God! No,
and he's out for the
God,
season.
Please, no! 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 No!
Our 5-star junior quarterback who has led us to 3 straight national championships. He's played in the national championship every single year he's been here. I should say 2 years he's been here because he's obviously a junior this year. He's won the national title each of his first 2 seasons. And he's done for the year with an Achilles tear. Steven Kranchik, I didn't even mention, has a torn labrum. He's done for a while as well. Wow. Wow. I mean, I like Stephen Abbott, but I wasn't ready for him to play just yet. I was thinking he was going to come in maybe in garbage time this season. We score a touchdown, that's big. But he's thrust into the action. And that's not a good thing. I'm hoping that Stephen Abbott can take on these responsibilities, but I don't think it's going to happen. I mean, he's a good quarterback. I don't know if he's that good. He's got no experience either. Come on, defense, let's get a play here. What are we doing? Finally, they scored. I mean, it was taking them forever to score. They finally do it. It's tied at 7. We cannot afford to lose this game. We have to win this any means necessary. I can't believe that. Did it happen in this game? That's my concern now. Oh, that would have been a crazy catch if he would have caught that. I don't know if it happened in this game or not. It's a good thing Abbott... I was going to say it's a good thing Abbott's a good athlete. Didn't really have a chance on that. Oh, that just ruined my entire mood for this episode. I barely got that away. Matthew Bliss has the speed to get away from it. Oh, Matthew, I needed that speed and you gave it to me. Thank you. And we haven't even talked about... We talked about, obviously, because it's a huge factor. Stephen Abbott comes in and is thrust into the starting role. But Max Hape is into the starting role for most of this season, I would assume, because the torn labrum's he's not gonna come back from that quickly, I wouldn't think. So our two best players, really, both out with a pretty important injury. One of them done for the entire year. Talk about unlucky. I don't even know where to go. Stephen Abbott, show off your athleticism. Big time touchdown. Needed it. Absolutely needed it. Big third down, make the stop. 14-7. Come on, defense. Stanford scores again. I really would prefer Stanford not score. Really prefer the defense to stop them, but we have entered the fourth quarter. We're going to find Matthias Felix. He's going to turn the corner. Matthias up the field. Spun around a dude. And gets a couple extra yards. Stephen Abbott has 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions in the game. He's just not... I don't think he's ready for the big moment. He's a true sophomore, I'm pretty sure. Or maybe he's a redshirt. I can't remember exactly if he's a redshirt or not. Max Hape, you got to have the speed. Oh, that was Keelan Streeter. That wasn't even Max Hape. I would assume Keelan Streeter would be faster than that, but didn't feel very fast. Here's Max Hape. He lowers the shoulder. He gets the first down. First and goal from the 5 now. Streeter comes back onto the field. Streeter was a very hyped up prospect. And he's finally getting his chance to be the guy now. He's kind of been put into that role, but he's getting his chance. And he's got to take advantage of it. He scores the touchdown. We take the lead again. And the game is on the line here. Make a big stop. First down and 10 from the 19-yard line. Come on, defense. I need something from you. That's going to be a big-time tackle. He got no gain on that play. All right, so they just waste a little bit there. Ramon Funk, you've been huge in your career. You've been huge. I'd like for you to be huge again. Underneath throw. That's going to be a first down because we didn't have anybody on that side. We were kind of all committed to the left side. They ran to the right. I don't necessarily like Alani Yo playing on the D-line. I might have to go into the depth chart and fix that. I guess I never realized he was over there. And that's an unfortunate run. And they are just running all kinds of no huddle. I hate it. I hate it a lot. I really wish he would make a mistake, throw a pick or something. Please make a mistake. Please, oh please make a mistake. That's an unfortunate loss of 3 for them. And they will continue to run freaking no huddle. Time is slowly running out on them, though. Up the field to the running back. He gets a lot of yards on the little wheel. I got to bring all kinds of pressure here. We got to force this to not happen. We got a 90 overall linebacker and blew it. Somebody's got to blow this up, and it is. It's Trejo who blows it up. They're going to go for it, obviously, after the 2-minute warning. That is a big stop by Alex Trejo. And it's a huge 4th and 4. Crowd's getting involved. It's a throw. It's a catch. It's a first down, Stanford. He went just a little up and out, and there wasn't anything I can do for it. Nothing we could do. The most unguardable route in video games. That's got to be picked off. And it is. It's blew it. Blew it with the interception, and he should have enough speed to pick 6 this and make it a 2-score game and hopefully secure those 5 stars. Blew it with the pick 6. He didn't. Actually, it's bullet. I keep saying blew it. Bullet with the pick 6. That's massive. And we got another touchdown in it as well. It's 35-14, so we have actually secured ourselves the blowout because we win by 21 points. I wasn't even trying to go for the blowout there. I was just trying to get the win, and we got the win and the blowout. That's going to really help those recruits. That was a guaranteed must-win game, and we got it. Oh, that makes me feel a little bit better, but I don't feel good about the injuries. That super sucks. Super duper sucks. Manny Keaton, the 6'6" wide receiver. Oh, we got him. We also got Ben Savage, the #1 overall player in the entire country. 2 unbelievable 5 stars have committed to the program. Oh, I can't believe we got those guys. Manny Keaton was my number one. I had to get him, and we did. We achieved our goal. We got him. I mean, this guy's just an absolute monster. He's 6'6", 211 with 95 speed, 96 jumping, 84 release, 88 acceleration. I would be stunned if he didn't have better than star dev. He looks like an absolute animal. And then Ben Savage, obviously the number one player in the country, 84 speed outside linebacker. He's no Alani Yo, but he looks like a monster as well. Two big commitments, and these two guys didn't commit yet, but they should if we keep winning. Carlos Trueblood's on campus this week. So is Kelvin Stitzer. Manny Maramosa, we might not have to put any more hours on. Brian Coker, we will put the full amount of hours on him now because we have that opportunity to. So we will switch our attack game plan, put the full 75, and even toss in a little week 8 visit for Brian Coker. Try to keep away from him going to Ohio State. Deontay Hutton, we're looking good on. Do I waste 40 hours to put him on a visit? I don't know. I will put a visit for Jaden Sieg because Notre Dame's kind of running away with it. So let's swap that out. Put that in there. Put that in there. Go back full on him. Spencer Russo, we're looking good on. I can put more than 5 on him now. Mentor, we need to put more than just 40 on. So we'll take that off. We'll put that in there. We'll also toss in a little week 11 visit with championship contender. That leaves us 5 hours left. We've gotten, unfortunately, Creed Kane still with the deal breaker, but we have gotten it from an F to a D, so that's something, I guess. Who else can I put these 5? I guess I'll put the 5 hours on the right tackle. Why not? All right, so 2 big 5-star commitments, including the number 1 player in the class and my number 1 player in the class, Manny Keaton. Huge, huge momentum, but success is not without its failures. 44 weeks. Leo Van Dyke might be career-ending. That might be career-ending for Leo Van Dyke. Torn labrum, a month for Kranchik. Can I put a medical redshirt on him? Because he started as a true freshman, so he's still got redshirt eligibility. No, that's free practice. That's not what I wanted. Can I give him a medical redshirt? I can. All right, we're gonna give him the medical redshirt, and he's not gonna lose his eligibility. But I'm gonna have to take the redshirt off of Titus Byler, so we have 3 quarterbacks just in case somebody else gets hurt. Man, that really changes things. Leo Van Dyke being out for the year is brutal. So Stephen Abbott he has a red shirt, by the way. Stephen Abbott gets thrusted right into that, which is not necessarily what I wanted him to have to do. We're going to put Laga in at that position. I don't really like Alani Yo being there, although I do want Alani Yo out on the field, so I'm going to make sure he's out there. Need Alani. Okay, so he is going to be out there, but I just need him to be out there more. All right, so a big game against Michigan. This also has recruits on campus, but I'm going to let the CPU handle this one. Hopefully we can get the job done. We get Carlos Trueblood, strong safety, 5-star, committed to the program. We do lose out on Brian Coker. Oh, a lot of guys actually committed to other schools. That's kind of sucky. Stephen Abbott had 300 yards and 4 touchdowns. But we lost the game, that's why. We lose to Michigan. That's why we lost out on George. But Trueblood commits. Maramosa's... Oh my God, these playing styles are killing me, man. These playing styles are absolutely killing me. All right, we got 390 hours, so we can go ham on the rest of these players that we haven't really gone after just yet. We can put a full 25 on you. We can go... Oh, Oregon's starting to come in on this guy. Martin Turner. So we'll put the full 75 on him. We'll even schedule a visit, but I want to make sure we have enough hours to put on everybody before we do that. So let's go with that. Swap that out. Put the full 65 on Spencer Russo. We don't need to put the full amount of hours on Scruggs, the punter, because he's a punter and nobody's going to go after him. So we should be good there. Ooh, man, just 5 hours on Marrero, and we're already killing it there. But we'll put the full 25 on him. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. And we'll go to Steve Bowser, offer Muscali, and put the full 65 on him. Actually, you know what? I'm going to pull just 60 on him because that leaves us with one visit available. And it's going to be who needs it the most. Emmanuel Bridges. Probably Martin Turner needs it the most, actually. Unfortunately, we can't get him on a week 7, but we can get him on a week 8. Oregon's got him on a week 7. It's a little scary. We'll see what happens with that one. Sucks that we lost to Michigan there, though. We're never going to have the seasons that we had when we were playing every single game, obviously. We get Wade Karloftis, another 5-star, has committed to the program, but we lose out on Stitzer and Mentor. Man. Tough. Tough. We won that game, though, against Washington State. Stitzer commits. Maramosa with that playing style, man. That's tough, 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 tough. All right, so now with those more hours, we can put the full 65 on Steve Bowser. We can also schedule visits for everybody now. So we'll get a week 11 for you. We will get... Can't do anything for you. I can put some hours on you, though. You know what? Screw it. We'll put 50 on Anthony Scruggs. Why not? Why the F not? Emmanuel Bridges, we'll get him on a week 11 as well. He also gets the bonus with the other guy coming on at the same time. We'll get another one, week 11, championship contender, and then we'll put Stephen Oh, we can't do him just yet. So everybody that we can schedule a visit for has a visit, except for Deontay Hutton. So we'll get him with the bonus as well. All right, now everybody that has the opportunity to have a visit has a visit. So we're good there. What else do we need? A 3-star corner is not really like something I'm absolutely in need for. Do I have all of the top guys? There's a 4-star running back. How did I miss him? What about top players in the country? There's still a possibility if we can get these freaking deal breakers flipped, we have a chance to get some more 5-stars, but these stupid freakins. You know what I'm trying to say. I'm scrolling and looking at these players at the same time as I'm talking. It's not working for me. I can't multitask. These deal breakers are killing me with these 5-stars. It's very annoying. Very, very annoying. All right, we'll put those extra guys on the board. We got a few extra 4-stars. That'll always help if we're able to actually secure them. We also got a quarterback in Taj Parker. Siaki Officer will maybe go after as well. How good is this Taj Parker, dude? He's a quarterback, 6'5" quarterback. 90 throw power is huge. 86 speed. He looks like a monster. All right, we'll go after him. Nobody's even offered him a scholarship. Yeah, that's a 4-star that nobody's gone after. Very interesting. We'll see if we can get in the race for him. Can we win the game against Tulane? This is another big visit week. So can we get this one done? Deontay Hutton, 4-star guard, commits to the program. We lose out on Martin Turner to Oregon, because of course we do. We won the game, though. I think, right? Yeah, we only have 2 losses. I really wish these deal breakers would just go away. Just go away. We are climbing. We're up to a C minus now, so we're getting some tackles for loss. Just not as much as I would like. We are now in the race for Taj Parker, because nobody's going. He's being severely under-recruited. We'll put the full 75 on him. I'll also put a full 65 on Joe Hyde. How good is Steven Samaya? Or Samia? Samaya? 91 speed, 91 acceleration, 91 agility is kind of funny. We'll put a full 75 on him. You can never have too many running backs. And then Siaki Officer. Haven't really even done anything to him, and we already... all we did was offer him a scholarship. We're already at the top, so... I guess we put the full 75 on him, and we are good there. We can schedule a visit for Steve Bowser. Get him on a week 13. Bada bing, bada boom. I think that's everything we can do. Oh, we got to put 10 on Manny Maramosa. Because we got rid of the deal breaker for him. The playing style is now back up. So that means I need to take some points off of Siaki Officer. Swap it to just the 25. And then we'll put the full 50 onto Manny Maramosa. Okay, perfect. Let's win another game against SMU in the Pac-12. Big dubs, big dubs. Let's win a game. Let's win a game. Big dubs, big dubs. Manny Maramosa commits. 4-star corner. Sick nasty. Did we win the game, though? Nick Steed had a big game. 5 tackles for loss is huge. We won it. We won the game. Manny Maramosa commits to the program. Playing style D still for Creed Kane. Oregon State's passed us. Taj Parker. Man, nobody's going after this kid. I don't know what the deal is with that. It's a little scary, actually, that nobody's going after him. We'll go back for the full 75 on him. We might just have to take Colby Rivero off the board. I don't think we're going to get him. Let's just take Colby Rivero off. I'll keep Creed Kane on just in case, but I don't think we're going to switch that in time. We've got some good potential here. We'll put some 3 stars on there because 3 stars always help out with filling the roster. I definitely don't want any 4 stars, though. I'll put a 4-star, or 2 stars is what I meant. I'll put a 4-star wide receiver. Skylar Lampman is a 4-star wide receiver who is 6'5". I'm always here for a 6'5" wide receiver. He's a busted gem with 90 speed. He doesn't look that bad, though. 82 release, 80 acceleration. I mean, 6'5" at 211 is not bad at all. The busted gem doesn't really hurt me that much. Aiden McGlynn is 94 speed. We might have found ourselves 2 more wide receivers because these boys look pretty good. We don't really necessarily need 2 more wide receivers. We're pretty stacked at wide receiver at this point, but I mean, those guys look pretty good, at least physically. Bridges commits to Oregon, because of course he does. Did we win that game against SMU, though? Or Utah, I mean. It was Utah. We did. We won the game against Utah. Now we play BYU. How are we looking here? So Emmanuel Bridges commits to Oregon. We've gotten into the race for McGlynn. We can put the full 75 on him. And we can put the full 75 on Skylar Lampman. Huge. And Corin Iverson, I'll just offer him a scholarship blindly. Who knows if he's good or not? We'll just offer the scholarship blindly, and hopefully we can beat BYU. They're not having a good conference season. I think they're winless in the conference, actually. Spencer Rousseau, 4-star middle linebacker, commits. Eduardo Marrero, 4-star right tackle, commits. 2 more 4-stars added to the class. Bowser commits to Oregon. Oh, shocker. And Ron Bean locked us out. He was only a 3-star, though. We beat BYU. But our recruiting class is really starting to come together. Steve Bowser commits to Oregon. Ron Bean locked us out. Corin Iverson, he pretty much nobody's going after him, so he just likes us immediately. We'll put a full 65 on him. We can now offer a visit to Skylar Lampman, so we'll get him on a week 13. We can offer another visit. We have somehow jumped. It looks like Oregon State stopped recruiting Creed Kane. I don't know why they stopped recruiting him, but they have. Do I waste a visit? I'm not going to waste a visit on Anthony Scruggs. That'd be stupid. The classes, we are number 11. We have 4 5-stars and 4 4-stars so far in our class. But we still have a bunch of 4-stars on the board, and we have 1 5-star remaining if we can get him somehow. But we're locked out on recruiting him because of the deal breaker. I guess if everybody just stops recruiting him, he'll just commit to us. I don't know. We'll see what happens, how that plays out. Siaki officer, we'll get him on a... Can I waste a 3-star or a week 13 visit? Steven Samaya, I'll get him on a visit. Joe Hyde, get him on a visit. We have 25 hours. We can't really get anybody else on a visit. What kind of free safeties are left? So we do technically need one. Let's see. There is this guy, 3-star George Cox, and Matt Slayton. I guess we'll take a look at both of them, see if they're worth anything. Nobody's going after George Cox. Is he decent? He's a gem. 87 speeds, not too shabby for a safety. I'll offer him a Scully. Nobody's going after him recruiting-wise, so maybe he'll just commit to us. Taking on Colorado, though. We are getting close to the end of the regular season. Stephen Abbott must be doing a decent job, at least. Winning us most of these games. Ramon Funk, 3 more tackles, big time. We won the game. We take on Liberty now. Liberty, 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 Liberty. Stephen Abbott, 2,600 yards, 25 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. He's having a killer season. Leo Van Dyke's got the red shirt now. Man, that super sucks. Super duper sucks. I would assume that Kranchik's back, but Kranchik is not starting because of the injury. Yeah, they don't have Kranchik starting because of his injuries, so we got to get him back in there. I know Streeter's a good player, but we got to get him back in there. So the conference standings in the Pac-12, California's undefeated, so are we, and then Utah's right there. We're their only loss in the conference. All right, we'll see how that goes the rest of the year. We've got Liberty up next. How are we looking for recruits? We're in the lead for a lot of different people. We'll go full 65 on George Cox. And I'd like to scout Matt Slayton a little bit. Is he better than George Cox? He's also a gem. His awareness is really low. I'm not as interested in him. I'll go maybe just a 25 on him. I'm not as intrigued. We have jumped in on the lead for Aiden McLaughlin. Or McGlynn, excuse me, and Skylar Lampman. So we're looking good there. We're looking good on Taj Parker. He's finally getting recruited by other people. They might have finally realized he's a decent player. I just wish these guys would commit already so I could move on and put points on other people. But 3-star receiving back athlete. Oh, this Iverson dude's a JUCO. I'm not super interested in JUCOs. Do I take him off? I don't know. I'll keep him on for now. It's not the end of the world that he's a JUCO, but I usually try to stay away from JUCOs. We'll go after a center, possibly. Nobody's really going after him. All right, big Liberty game. We got more recruits on campus here. So hopefully that works out for us. We get Steven Samaya, 4-star running back. Never hurts to have running backs on roster. Especially a talented one like that. And Kranchik, we put him in the starting lineup. He gets player of the game. He should have never been out of the starting lineup. And we will play in the Pac-12 championship against California. So they must have stayed undefeated like we did in the conference. And it is down to us in the Pac-12 championship. It's a rematch from a couple of years ago. We played them a couple of years ago in the conference championship. So nice to be back against them again. We are looking pretty good in recruiting. We'll go in Lynn Battle. How's he looking here? Is he a decent player? He's a busted gem. He doesn't look horrible. I've seen worse. I have seen worse. But that doesn't mean that I'm not going to go after him. All right, we need some more guys to commit, including that punter. I really could use those 50 hours on somebody else. If that punter would just say, yeah, I want to come play for you. Siaki Officer, 3-star guard commits. Taj Parker, 4-star quarterback commits. That's a low-key pretty big one, that Taj Parker commits. I mean, we found him. He's kind of like a diamond in the rough. He looks like a monster. He looks like a monster. This guy, I'm just going to put the full amount of hours on him. Or I'm just, what else can I do? I guess I could hard sell him. No, I'm not going to hard sell him. We can't go any higher than 50, so we're just going to keep him where it is. Creed Kane, I'm going to finally take off the board because we're never going to get the playing style fix, and we finally lost first place. So we'll take him off. But we've got 2 more big-time commitments, including Tosh Parker. We're looking good for everybody else, except for Joe Hyde. We've been passed by Georgia for Joe Hyde. That's not ideal. I guess we could try to hard sell him. Yeah, that might work. Let's switch to a hard sell here. I guess that's our last hope. There's not really much else we can do. We already had his visit, so. So we got all A's here. We can try that. Maybe that'll give us the advantage over Georgia. I don't know. Everybody else. Ooh, Skylar Lampman we got passed up on. He's the one that I want more than the other guy, so I definitely want to keep him around. We're going to have to try to get him back. We've got a good grade for him. We'll put that on there. We'll put that on there. Give him back to 75. Everybody else, we don't really need to do anything, so I guess we'll just waste those hours and move on to the next week of simulation, which is the Pac-12 championship game. I probably should have jumped in for this one, but I've already simulated, so we'll see what happens. The punter commits. Anthony Scruggs. Corin Iverson, the JUCO sophomore. Oh, no. Lampman chose Penn State. No. That super sucks. And Joe Hyde chose Georgia. So the 2 guys we chose to hard sell did not commit. We do get fireworks, though, so we are Pac-12 champions again. That's nice. And that means we will play in the playoffs as a bye. So the CFP bracket, we are the 3 seed in the Rose Bowl again. Shocker. We will take on the winner of Alabama or Michigan. All right. Oh, that sucks, though. We didn't get the Skylar Lampman. Man, he would have been such a freak. 6'5" with that speed. Aiden McGlynn, we got the other of the 2 wide receivers we were trying to get. I mean, it's not like we needed any more wide receivers. We already got the monster one at the beginning of the season. And there's your 2028 Heisman winner, Sateki Huff, for a wide receiver from Nebraska. He is your Heisman winner. Early National Signing Day. I would be absolutely stunned if Manny Keaton is not a better dev trait than... Oh, wow. He only has impact. I thought at least star, maybe even elite dev. All right, that's a little disappointing. Elite dev for Ben Savage. He's the #1 player in the class for a reason. Impact for Carlos Trueblood. Star for Wade Karloftis. Impact for Deontay Hutton. Normal for Manny Marimosa. Spencer Russo has star. Eduardo Marrero has star. Normal for Steven Samaya. Impact for Taj Parker. Impact for Siaki Officer. Normal for the punter Anthony Scruggs. Impact for Joe Hyde, if you care. Star for the JUCO, Corin Iverson. Aiden McGlynn, impact. Lampman, only normal. So we got, I guess, the better of the 2 in terms of depth trait. And then the other guys we cannot see. So, all right, it's a decent class. Could have been better. We end up at number 11 so far with 4 5 stars and 7 4 stars, and then 3 3 stars. But we got the 2 best players in the class, let's be real. Manny Keaton, Ben Savage are the 2 best players in the class. By a pretty big margin, I would think. So the season stats, Stephen Abbott had to jump in and be the quarterback, and he had a pretty great season. 3,100 yards, 28 touchdowns, 6 interceptions is a pretty great season in the Oregon playbook for a guy that's never started before. He wasn't supposed to start. Rushing numbers, Streeter got most of the carries, unfortunately, but it was fine. Oregon playbook, not necessarily a big run playbook. Matthias Felix in his final season gets 1,000 yards and 12 touchdowns. Gio Starks had a good year. Bliss had a good year. Defensively, Alex Trejo has 93 tackles. Not what I would have expected. Tackle for loss leader is also Trejo and Ramon Funk and Laga with all with 5. Alanio has 4. Sack leader is Greg Bradbury with 8. Okay. 6.5 for Funk and Sneed. Alanio had 4. Interception leader is Bullet and Pelshak, of course it is, with 3. And then Trejo and Lotu Lele and Cheryl's have 2, but Lotu Lele is injured. What kind of injuries are we working with now? We have Lotu Lele with a complete MCL tear. Oh my God. Why am I getting beaten down by injuries like this? Titus Bragg dislocates his knee. Loeffler has a torn tricep out for 2 weeks. Moses Robinson Tyson's injured for the playoff run. I mean, you got to be kidding me, bro. Mafu Lotulele, a senior, has a complete MCL tear. Is he a redshirt senior? No, we can... Oh, but he's played 5 games. No! He got hurt before he played the 5... Or before he... after he played 5 games, I should say. So we can't redshirt him. So he's done for the year and his career's over at Hawaii. That super sucks. Why are we getting hit with such big injuries? Let's take a look at Hawaii records, though. I'm curious to see how Matthias Felix is, where he ranks. So Matthias Felix is now the all-time leader in career receiving yards in Hawaii history and touchdown catches. Good for him. Good for Matthias. It's going to be difficult to pass Timmy Chang. Oh, the injuries are killing us this year, man. An ACL tear an MCL tear and a Achilles tear are brutal. And we will take on Michigan in the Rose Bowl game. Michigan in the Rose Bowl. Should we simulate these games or should we jump in? I don't know. We've simulated fairly well. But I think we should probably jump in, right? That makes the most sense. Let me spend these 30 skill points, though. Let's buy some motivator stuff. I guess we could buy... we don't have a top 5 class just yet. I was going to say we could buy more elite recruiter stuff, but we don't have it just yet. So I guess we just go in here and just buy some more motivator stuff. Why not? Okay, so we're probably going to jump into this Rose Bowl game against Michigan. We have a good track record in the Rose Bowl. We're undefeated since we started playing in it. Maybe we can continue that. I hope so. We are here in the Rose Bowl against Michigan, and we have a decent history with the Rose Bowl. We are undefeated playing in it. We are, what, 3-0, 4-0? I think we're 4-0. Sounds about right. But it's a big 3rd and 2. We're going to hand this to Matthew Bliss and hope that he can get around the corner, and he can. First down, Rainbow Warriors. Another 3rd down opportunity. I wish you could have a sim playbook and a actually in-game playbook, because I would have the Hawaii playbook for in-game, but in sim I'd have the Oregon playbook, because the Oregon playbook obviously simulates a lot better. But in the games, I don't feel comfortable playing with it. I feel a lot more comfortable with the Hawaii one. Kranchik. Ooh, he got cut stick. I thought he was going to walk into the end zone. That was not the case. We'll hand it off to him again, and that was supposed to be blocked. I don't know how it wasn't. How did you not get a block there? Whatever. 3rd and goal from the 3. If I can scramble, I will. Stephen Abbott just had enough speed. Just a little bit too much speed for the Michigan defensive line. We get on the board first. Did Michigan score? I don't know. They did score. It's 7-7. Now it's 10-7. Close to the end of the first half here. It's okay. Because we're going to check this down to Geo Starks. He's going to get a good catch. Maybe we go with a Y wheel. This is possible. I like this. They're going to press. Matthias is dangerous. Although I don't like anything that happened here, and I didn't throw it to the right guy, Joshua Brazil. Matthias didn't win. And when Matthias doesn't win, nobody wins. Ooh, but I like that. That's Jalen Peters. Stephen Abbott doesn't have the deep ball, does he? Stephen Abbott don't have deep ball. But Jalen Peters is able to make a big catch. Get a big first down. We are under a minute to go in the half. I'm going to scramble with Stephen Abbott. Slide down like a good boy. And go with a corner strike, possibly. I like this route for Geo Starks. This could be lethal. I'm going to try to lob it over the top. Geo Starks! Boom! DB didn't know what hit him. Touchdown, Hawaii. That's huge towards the end of the half there. And now we have a red zone opportunity. It's 14-10, and we have a chance to make it 21-10 here in the third quarter. This would be pretty big if we were able to do this. Kranchik, lower the shoulder, Steven! Touchdown. We're into the end zone. I'm liking what I'm seeing. Come on, defense. I think they scored. Oh, they got a field goal. It's 21-13. Come on, defense, please. Don't let them score again. They scored again. It's 21-19. We're going to turn on the chew clock and do what we do best, and that is run down people. This could have gone well if we would have simulated it normally, like just a regular sim, but jump it in makes more sense. It's the playoffs. We want to at least try to guarantee ourselves a victory. We've gotten to the 2-minute warning. We just need to make sure that we get this first down here. Although we could just send a deep ball. Do we just send it? Do we just send it? That's a little crazy, isn't it? But you know what? I'm a little crazy. Matthias Felix down the field. Matthias Felix, the senior, the super senior. Touchdown, Hawaii. That's huge. That's really, really huge. And that is the game. Hawaii will win the Rose Bowl 28-19. We stay undefeated in the Rose Bowl, which is pretty cool. And we've asked Stephen Abbott to do a lot this year. Coming into the year, he thought he was going to be the backup. He should have been the backup. And then early on, starter goes down and Abbott has to step up. And he's leading us to a pretty solid season so far. Only 2 losses, but they were non-conference losses. And he led us to at least a Rose Bowl victory. The fireworks are huge. We will play in the semifinal game against somebody. We will find out who it is right now. What do we got? Who we playing against? It's going to be... Oh, Stephen Abbott gets Player of the Week. Nice. Who are we playing against? Penn State in the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. All right, that's a little bit of a tough matchup, I will say. California made it to the playoffs as well, and they are also in the semifinals against Cincinnati. So if we beat Penn State and California wins, then it's a rematch. That's kind of awkward, but all right, Peach Bowl time. Penn State and Hawaii. It's a rematch of the national championship that they won all those years ago. Let's get our revenge on them. A big rematch in the semifinals all these years later after a Penn State beat us in the national championship in year number 2 of this dynasty. Obviously not the same people on the teams anymore, but it's still a little bit of history. We have a 21-3 lead on them. I might not even have to jump in on this. 24-3. Penn State sucks. They're washed. They're fraudulent. They're a fraudulent 2 seed. We're going to win this game. What was it, 24-6? They get a field goal at the end? 24-10, they got a touchdown. Okay, 24-10, but we walk away with a pretty simple victory, and Stephen Abbott will play in the national championship game. I mean, talk about a kind of historic little season he's going on. Are we going to have a quarterback controversy next year? Because obviously Leo Van Dyke's not going anywhere. Especially with the, maybe after the season, if he didn't get injured, he would have went somewhere. Maybe he would have went to the draft, but he tore his Achilles. He got the red shirt, so he's going to be a junior red shirt next year. Are we going to have a quarterback controversy? That's crazy. I guess it depends on if we can win a national championship. I mean, if Stephen Abbott leads us to a national championship, then we've had 2 different quarterbacks win a national championship. But we are going to be competing for our 3rd straight national title in a row. We're going to be playing in our 4th straight national championship game. Who's it going to be against, though? Is it going to be against Cal or Cincinnati? Those are the 2 teams that were in the other semi. It's going to be against Cal. So the team that we beat in the Pac-12 championship earlier this season to get to the point we're at, where we earned ourselves the 3 seed, we will now rematch them for the national championship. Kind of crazy. But here we are. A national title. Our 4th straight appearance. And this could be our 3rd straight victory. We've played in the Rose Bowl game every single year. It's kind of funny. Oh, I really want to win a 3-peat. I mean, if we win the 3-peat, the dynasty is in full effect. So let's go and do that. We are playing in the national championship game against California. A rematch from the Pac-12 title game earlier this year. It's a weird season. The fact that we had such a devastating injury to our, I mean, universally loved quarterback, Leo Van Dyke. And then to have him go down in such a devastating fashion with the complete ACL tear, or the Achilles tear, and he has to take the medical red shirt, and then we force a sophomore in Stephen Abbott who's never started, barely played. He only plays in cleanup time and garbage time after Leo Van Dyke's gotten the job done. But for the fact that he's taken this team all the way here to the national title game, that says something. And if he can get the job done and win one, our 3rd straight, I mean, that you'd have to consider a little bit of a controversy, a little bit of a quarterback battle. Maybe we still give it to Van Dyke in the end because he's the tried and true. And it would be wrong to just push him away. But I don't know. Oh, look at this run from Steven Kranchik. He slips the tackle as well. He scores the touchdown. Steven Kranchik, baby. That's what I'm talking about. I'm glad he's back from his injury that he had earlier. 7-0. Cal gets a field goal. And we're into the 2nd quarter. Ooh, they really want me to do some damage here, don't they? They really want me to do some damage. I'm all for damage. Oh, I still got it away. Geo Starks intercepted. Son of a gun. I mean, they brought some outside pressure that I wasn't expecting, and it was a little bit of an unnecessary throw. I probably shouldn't have thrown it. I understand. But, yeah, I thought I could hit the throw. And I got hit on it, too. Oh, how did he get around the corner like that? That's not possible, bro. It shouldn't have been possible. Did we score some points? No, it's 7-3 still. Halftime. It's going back and forth. This is quite a defensive game here. They get another field goal. They get another field goal. We get a touchdown. What is happening here? This is out of control. It's 14-9, we lead. And you know what I'm doing. I'm turning on that shoe clock. Although, maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm not turning on that shoe clock. Because they want to give me a touchdown here. I'm not going to be opposed to it. Matthias Felix in his final game. Matthias Felix. Huge first down. I wanted him to score. His final game as a Hawaii Rainbow Warrior. I hope he goes to the league, man. He deserves it. He absolutely deserves it. Oh, look at Hape, and Max Hape will get around the corner. Touchdown, Hawaii. We didn't need to do it. We could have easily just ran the clock down and won the game, but it's much more fun to put on the show here on the national stage. And for the third year in a row, the Rainbow Warriors are on top of the college football world with a replacement quarterback. A guy that didn't even think he was going to be the starter when the year began has now won a quarterback. You can see he's so excited. His jaw is on the floor. He's now won a national championship as a starter. That's kind of crazy. Man, this feels very reminiscent of the 2014 Buckeyes winning their national title. Although we didn't have two quarterbacks get injured like they did. But you have your starting quarterback, which at the time was Braxton, obviously. Braxton goes down with the shoulder injury. And then JT Barrett goes down. And then obviously you have Cardale Jones start the 3 games to win the title. But it's very similar because even though we didn't have two quarterbacks get injured, we had our starter, like Braxton, Leo Van Dyke goes down. And then our replacement, which their replacement was JT Barrett. Ours happens to be Stephen Abbott. He didn't go down with an injury. He wins the national championship. So he kind of fills the JT Barrett / Cardale Jones role. He's both of them combined. But it doesn't matter who he is. He's Stephen Abbott is who he is because we're national champions for the 3rd straight year. Oh, that's pretty sick. I knew that Oregon playbook wouldn't let me down. I knew the Oregon... I mean, we lost 2 games, which is kind of annoying, but Tavon Thomas, 3-star center, commits. Losing 2 games kind of sucks, but we won national title, so I can't complain too much. I cannot complain. Greg Bradbury gets player of the game. Matthew Bliss, player of the game as well. Good job, boys. And we move to the offseason, which we will do in this episode as well. Let's take a quick peek at All-Americans, and then we'll take a quick peek at the final overall stats for everything. So, no first-team All-Americans. Shocker, I know. No second-team National All-Americans. Freshmen. We get Ronnie Simonson as a National Freshman All-American. What about in the Pac-12? We get Matthew Bliss, Jason Ramiersma. He was hurt as well, so that's pretty impressive. Taylor Bullitt, Alani Yo. Get first-team Pac-12. Stephen Abbott, Matthias Felix, Joshua Brazil, Kevin Hawker. All get second-team Pac-12, and then Max Hape, Joshua Brazil, Ralph Hacker, Cole Pounds, Ronnie Simonson, Lorenzo Durango get freshman Pac-12, all freshman Pac-12, whatever it is, however you say it. All right, so let's take a look at the final overall stats for the year. 3,800 yards, 34 touchdowns, 7 interceptions for Stephen Abbott. That means he didn't throw a single interception in sim other than what I threw in the national title game. Right, the national title game, or was that against... Was that in the semifinal? I don't remember. Whenever I threw the pick is the only other one that he threw. Pretty crazy good season for Stephen Abbott. Rushing numbers are fine. Oregon's playbook's not necessarily a running offense. Matthias Felix, 61 catches, 1,100 yards, 13 touchdowns in his final season. Geo Starks, the next in line, has a crazy good year. Matthew Bliss has a crazy good year. 104 tackles total for Trejo. Taylor Bullitt has 96. Ramon Funk, 7 tackles for loss. Sack leader is Greg Bradbury was a stud this year. And then interception, Bullitt and Pelshak had 3. Pretty good. And then we will finally take career numbers for some of our seniors. Leo Van Dyke's got a good season. 23 interceptions, kind of crazy. But Stephen Abbott, I mean, he put up 1 season and he's already got half of what Van Dyke's done. Rushing numbers, career-wise, I don't know, Derek Boyd, I guess, has had a good career, but this is the real one we care about. The all-time leader in Hawaii receiving yards and touchdowns, Matthias Felix. We will say goodbye to you. What a career. One of the best to ever do it. Geo Starks might pass him in the end. He might be better. Who knows? But we will say goodbye to a legendary receiver. Maybe the first 5-star we ever recruited? I don't remember. Matthew Sherrills has had a crazy good career. Such a great safety for us, along with Kai Shirley. These are like a great 1-2 punch that we've had. They've been here since the beginning, obviously. They've been great. Rashard Starks is already up there. Alaniyo's been amazing. Pelshak's surprisingly been good. I hate him. Laga will finally retire. He'll finally graduate with 28 sacks total. Ramon Funk might beat that next year. Who knows? All right. Let's get through the offseason pretty quickly. We are number 1 ranked, but we'll probably not be at number 1 ranked when we get to next year. Okay, so George Cox commits to the program. That's good to see. We will see the players leaving screen. I want to... Is Leo Van Dijk healthy now? Or is he going to be out for next year as well? Because that kind of changes things, doesn't it? We'll figure that out when we get there. Okay, so Matthew Bliss wants to transfer for playing time. Matthew, why are you going now? You're going to start, probably. He's going to come back. Okay, thank God. Quarterback, nobody leaving. Running back, Derek Boyd. He's been great in his role. Matthew Bliss is coming back. It doesn't say draft for Matthias Felix. I feel like that's a little cheap. I feel like he should be getting drafted. Maybe he'll be undrafted free agent. Maybe he'll get picked up later. I don't know. No tight ends. No left tackles. Marco Togaya Johnson graduates at left guard. Max Rossi graduates at center. 3 graduated right guards, which is kind of crazy. No right tackles. No left ends. No D tackles. Laga finally graduates at right end. I wish he would get drafted as well. No left outside linebackers. No middle linebackers. No right outside linebackers. Mafu Lotulele also injured. He had the MCL tear. He graduates. Matthew Sherrills graduates. Kai Shirley graduates. No kickers. And then Dion Hester graduates. So we're losing a lot of seniors that were starters and that were here since the very beginning of this dynasty. It's kind of unfortunate. I hope at least one of them gets drafted. I feel like they should, right? Here comes draft results. Did anybody get drafted? How did nobody get picked up? You're telling me that a team's not going to take a flyer on Matthias Felix? How do you not take a... I mean, that's unbelievable. All right, whatever. We go to off-season recruiting. We've got the transfer portal opened up. I'll just immediately put the 75 on these two guys just to get them on the board here, so we don't have to worry about them. We don't necessarily need Matt Slayton anymore because we got the other dude, the other safety. But I'll still put it on here just because. I mean, what else are we going to use these points for? All right, does anybody want to come to us in the transfer portal? That's going to be the big question. Of course not. Why does nobody ever... I hope they fix the transfer portal, man. I really do. Because there's no reason that a team that has won 3 straight national titles has no interest in the transfer portal. I mean, are you kidding me? Are we serious? You're trying to tell me, you're trying to make me believe that a team that's won 3 straight national titles and is a perennial top 5 team in the country now has nobody interested in the portal? Nobody wants to come play? Doesn't quite make sense to me. We'll go after these 2 guys, and then the four people that we have on the board right now will be the only guys that we go after, I guess. Oh, it's going to be a quick recruiting, quick off-season. Let's see how we do, though. We're first on everybody's board. Hopefully, we can offer visits now. So we've got the visits going there. We can now offer visits for this guy. So we'll get him on a week 2. And then we can schedule a visit. We'll do a week 3 for you. Why not? We'll do brand exposure. Okay. Perfect. Perfecto. Perfecto. Maybe we can get some big-time commitments. Who we get? Lynn Battle, 3-star right outside linebacker, has committed to the program. He was one of the freshmen, I think. Now we're just waiting on Slayton and on these 2 guys, but they're basically locked up. It's basically a guarantee that we're going to get these guys. There's Matt Slayton, there's Owen Dronett, and there's Raphael Rudolph. All 4 of the guys we were going after in the offseason we have gotten, so we will move on past week 4 of recruiting and get to the good stuff. 1,300 XP is nice. National Signing Day. We took a look at the the dev traits for all these guys, so we don't need to go over them again. We start with McGlynn has normal. I don't know if we knew that or not. George Cox had impact. Normal for Thomas. Lynn Battle, normal. Impact for Matt Slayton. Normal for Dronit. And normal for Rafael Rudolph. So nothing too crazy. No crazy elites or anything like that. But I think we came away with a great, great recruiting class. And it finishes top 5. Right on the border. We finished with the number 5 class in the country. 4 5-stars, 7 4-stars, 9 3-stars. And we will have a top 5 class in the nation. Position changes. What do we got here? Anybody? We got a couple athletes. We got Spencer Russo. He's a good outside linebacker, but he's also a sneaky good safety. Ooh. I might make you a safety. 6'1", 232 is a little small to be a D tackle, but I might make you a strong safety. What about... Oh, Manny Keaton's a wide receiver for sure. Although a tight end with that kind of speed would be electric. Oh, I got to make him a tight end. He'd be a freaky tight end. 95 speed tight end is insane. Oh, that's goated right there. That's legitimately goated. I love that. And then our final one is Taj Parker. He should be a quarterback, right? Although he's also a good tight end. 6'5", 205. I'm going to keep him at quarterback, though. Because he could have a good chance to be a future good quarterback. I don't know what happens next year. Our quarterback room's pretty loaded right now. I might have to tell Manuel Herrera to transfer. Especially with the addition of Taj Parker. But our quarterback room is kind of loaded. And I don't know what we do with Leo Van Dyke now. Because he's probably injured again next season, I would think, right? The injuries carry over, don't they? It's weird not seeing Matthias Felix on this roster anymore. We got a lot of wide receivers. A ton of them. We are loaded at the wide receiver position. Can I change any of these guys to be anything else? Are they good at anything else? Eric Dicker could be a running back. That's kind of interesting. What about Tobin? Tommy Tobin? It seems like everybody's going to be probably a tight end. I was hoping we may be able to find like a two-way player or something. But it doesn't seem like we found that, did we? These guys are probably all going to have to stay at wide receiver. I mean, I could turn one of them into a tight end, but we kind of are loaded at tight end already. And we're loaded at wide receiver. I'll just keep everybody the way that they are. All right. Let's move on to the next week. I really want to get to next season to see if that injury carries over for Leo. Because that's going to suck if it does. Oh, what do we unlock now? Ooh, Elite Recruiters unlocked. I didn't think we had 2 top 5 classes. Did we have 2 top 5 classes? I thought that was our first one. I guess we have 2 top 5 classes now. Okay, we have Elite Recruiter unlocked. That's pretty sick. Training results. Show me some big upgrades. Hawker becomes a 92. Rymiersma, they came in the same class. They're both 5 stars. 92. Ronnie Simonson in his second season is already the 3rd best player on the team. I knew that man was going to be a freak. I mean, just by the forehead alone. Wow. Taylor Bullett's a big-time player. Okay. Kranchik took a big jump. I like that. Abbott's only up to an 82. He didn't take as big of a jump as I would have wanted him to. We got a lot of depth at running back. We're kind of loaded at right. We're loaded everywhere, basically. Ooh, not a lot of jumps at wide receiver. Interesting. Brazil goes up to an 80. I like our offensive line jumps that we got. We got some good depth at offensive line, that's for sure. Ramon Funk looks like a beast. We got a lot of defensive ends. Ronnie Simonson, man, he's such a stud. Such a stud. Bullett's a great player now. Trejo led the team in tackles. He's going to be even better. Alana Yo's finally a senior. We don't have a lot of corners. Definitely have to go into corner next year. And Rashard Starks will finally start. And we don't have a single punter. Oh, we don't have a punter on roster this year. That's not good. I thought I recruited a punter. Oh, we did. Never mind. We have a punter. He just wasn't in the training results because he's a freshman. All right, never mind. Ignore me. We're not going to change the conferences this year. We do have to cut some people, and it's probably going to be that Herrera guy. Yeah, Manuel Herrera. I like you, but we're so loaded at quarterback. Can't keep you around. Oh, Devon Shreggs probably is going to have to get cut because, to be honest, Steven Samaya is better everywhere except for ball carrier vision. He's pretty much better than Devon Shreggs. So I think I'm going to cut Devon Shreggs. We got to be a little stingy here. Wide receiver, we're going to have to cut some wide receivers. We have way too many. And I'm still going to recruit more next year. I'm addicted to recruiting wide receivers. I just am. So DeMarco Vanover, 6'5", 201. You're getting cut, unfortunately. Tommy Tobin, I think, is going to get cut as well. Oh, he's pretty fast. We can find a bunch of those guys. Tommy Tobin's going to get cut. Carl Cook probably also should get cut. Yeah, let's just do that. Carl Cook's going to get cut as well. All right, and then we'll move on. If we have to cut more, we'll come back to them. At tight end, we probably are going to cut Connor Cross because he's just realistically not going to play. What else are we going to cut? Probably got to cut at least one D tackle. And it's probably going to be DeAndre Mixon. That leaves us with one position or one roster spot to cut. It could be Turbin. We'll come back to him. It also could be Paul Buscelli because he's not very fast at all. And Leon Fayad's honestly probably better. Okay, so we'll come back to right end. If we need to cut somebody, it'll probably be there. Emeka Adongo, are you worth keeping? Probably not, if I think about it. Emeka Adongo's probably not worth keeping. Let's cut him. And that takes us down to 85. All right. We have done the dirty work. Now we got to set up the schedule and the recruiting board and then get to the next season. I don't know how many more seasons we're going to do like this. I guess just until we aren't as connected to the players as we have been, because obviously we still want to see Kranchik, we want to see Leo Van Dyke and Geo Starks and all these guys. So we'll probably go for a few more seasons. Custom schedule first. What do we got? We're not playing week 0. So let's just remove that right now. Week number 1, we can play Arizona, though, if they want to play us so bad. Then we got Wisconsin, UNLV, but we're not playing FCS. We got a home game against Liberty. Ooh, we do not have very many home games at all for recruiting. That's a little annoying. Okay, we're going to have to make this an open game. And then we're going to have to schedule this to be some sort of game at home so we can get some recruits in. Because you gotta have recruits on campus this late in the season. It's going to be too close. So we'll have maybe this game against Charlotte that we can have our recruits on campus. Then this Texas Tech game, the Stanford game, and the Liberty game. That's not a lot of visit weeks, but it's what they gave us because we have all these 9, 10, and 11 and 13 on the road in conference, and you can't change conference games. So I think that's a fine schedule, though. We'll keep it the way that it is. And then we will move to set up the recruiting board. How many hours are we going to have? 875. Not too shabby. We should have a lot of the top players interested in the program. The wide receiver has a deal breaker, or the number 1 player is a deal breaker because it's proximity to the home, and there's nothing we can do about that. Well, that sucks. But the second best player wants to come here. D-tackle, defensive end. I think this year I'm going to focus on heavily the positions that we absolutely need. Because sometimes I don't always go after... I'm going to put one receiver on. I'm going to put 2 receivers on. I'm sorry. I have to. I'm addicted. I'm addicted to wide receivers. I can't help it. but we definitely need to focus on players at positions that we desperately need. So, and I haven't necessarily done that. We need to go to corner. We definitely need some corners. So we'll put a bunch of them on the board. We need some middle linebackers, it looks like. We need some outside. I already got a bunch of outside linebackers on there. We don't need that many D tackles. But defensive ends, we got a bunch of them on the board already. We don't need any centers. But guards, we need some guards. So I'll put some guards on the board. All right, that is all 35 guys. Let's offer everybody a scholarship first. And you know the drill at this point. I'm going to go through, offer all these guys scholarships, and then scout them. And I will come back when I have something interesting to show you. Okay, I have scouted everybody and offered everybody scholarships. There's one, everybody seems to be okay. There's one player, though, that I want to show you who looks like an absolute utter monster, and it is Christian McGinn. 99 speed at the cornerback position. 83 press, 83 man coverage. He is top of mind for this season. I do not want to forget about him. So we are going to grab him wherever he may be on this list. There he is. And we are going to shoot him all the way to the top of the board because we do not want to forget about that man right there. Christian McGinn will be a Hawaii Rainbow Warrior. That's just a guarantee. He's really the only guy that like absolutely stood out. Everybody else was okay. There's some good players in there, like there always is. But when I saw that, I was like, ooh, mama. All right, so we lose out on a couple of people. Crucially, not Christian McGinn. So let's take those guys off of our board. We have 700 hours to work with, which arguably is not a lot. But that's okay. What are you going to do? Let's throw the house at Christian McGinn. We got to get him. Absolutely. And now, I want to get the top player in the class, or the second top player in the class. We're in on Alex Evanson, which we don't necessarily need a D tackle, but he's in on us. Emeka Cheeseman has a great name, so I definitely want to be in on him. But I need to be in on some offensive linemen, so we will put DeMarcus Shore at the top of our mind. Make sure we don't forget about him. We also need to be in on probably some guards. So we'll go full 75 on Steven Siptak. Is that his name? Siptak? Frederick McCain, was he good? I don't remember. 91 speed, 82. He looks like he's a pretty good player. And we're at the top of his board, so that always helps. Who else are we in the lead for? We're in the lead for Britton Prochet. Or Proche. And we're also in the lead for Tavita Kukis. Tavita Kukis. Let's go after one of these two guys. Let's go after the gem. That makes sense. We'll put him as a 50. Okay, so we'll move all these guys up to the top of our board because that is who we care about. So I don't forget them. But if there's anybody on this list that I have to have, it is Christian McGinn. We need a 99 speed corner on roster. That would be just electric. So we're going to move these guys to the top of the board. Kukis. All right. So that is who we've decided to spread our hours within. Christian McGinn, please commit to the program. We will advance to week number 1 where we will end the episode. Hopefully looking pretty good in recruiting. Okay, so a bunch of the 5 stars have locked us out. Really, our entire class that we didn't put any hours on locked us out, which is not surprising. We start the season ranked number 6. We've jumped to number 1 on Christian McGinn. Needed it. Absolutely needed it. But we will remove everybody else that locked us out. It's basically our entire class. There are still a few 5 stars on this board who we might potentially have a chance at. We'll take everybody off. Slowly, our board is shrinking, but that's okay because we're going after some pretty big-time players. And that is where we will end the episode. Oh, no, it's not. We need to check and see if Leo is injured again. He is. So he'll be out for this season as well. Ah, that sucks, man. I forgot that injuries carry over like that. So it looks like Stephen Abbott will be the starter for the next season. I mean, he led us to a national championship, so it makes sense. Kranchik's going to be the starter there. I'll get the depth chart ready off camera. I'll do the red shirts off camera, all that kind of stuff before we start the season. But that is going to do it. We are 3-time defending national champions, looking for a 4th one in the next episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, leave it a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I truly appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.